Hi everyone, welcome to the Thursday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Hopkins County, it's open for business. That was the theme of the Madisonville Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce Awards presentation earlier today. Congressman Ed Whitfield was on the agenda to be the guest speaker at the luncheon, but his Hopkinsville District Director, Michael Pape, was forced to fill in due to the severe weather at the Capitol. Pape says that they are hopeful the reauthorization of the transportation bill will occur this year regarding Interstate 69.
But these needs are more and more pressing, and we're very hopeful that we're going to be able to see that bill come to fruition this year. And I want you to know that Congressman Whitfield is going to continue to work very diligently with all of you here to make sure that we get the necessary funding to build our portion of I-69 right here through Madisonville.
Pape also spoke about national issues, including ways to reduce spending, embracing coal, and the negative impact that what he calls Obamacare will have on small businesses. The Madisonville Hopkins County Chamber also revealed their awards for the 2010 year. Award recipients included Blue Boy Lawn, Landscape and Garden Center for the Horizon Award, the 2010 Small Business of the Year, The Messenger, the 2010 Business of the Year, Trover Health Systems. Educator of the Year, Faye Parker of Jesse Stewart Elementary School. Madisonville Community College Educator of the Year, Dr. Roger Warren. Murray State University Educator of the Year, Michael Barton. Chamber Ambassador of the Year, Wanda Crow. Chamber Volunteer of the Year, Ronnie Noel. And Dr. Mohan Rao received the Loman C. Trover Healthcare Award. If you have asthma or suffer from allergy or sinus problems, you may soon be required to get a prescription for over-the-counter medicines that contain pseudoephedrine. Two bills have been proposed to the Kentucky legislature that would require just that, as consultant of Consumer Healthcare Products Association of Kentucky, Patrick Jennings explains. Representatives from the Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, Bluegrass Institute, Asthma Allergy Foundation of America, Kentucky Medical Association, and a couple of sheriff's departments held a teleconference earlier today opposing the legislation for a prescription mandate. Kentucky Chamber President Brian Sunderland says they have significant reservations about the legislation.
There are some slight differences in the two pieces of legislation. House Bill 15 simply requires a prescription for medicines containing pseudoephedrine. Senate Bill 45 would make medicines containing pseudoephedrine a Schedule IV controlled substance, which would limit the amount that doctors can prescribe and would also limit doctors' ability to prescribe refills. It would also not allow anyone other than a doctor, such as a nurse practitioner, to prescribe those medicines as well.
Bluegrass Institute for Public Policy Solutions President Jim Waters states this is not the right policy, but that we need better tracking.
Healthcare and the cost associated with healthcare remains the top cost driver for business and the #1 concern of business leaders in this state. We believe this proposal has cost implications for both employees and employers. It has cost implications for the state health plan and the Medicaid program, both in terms of co-pays, health insurance costs, time off from work. This poses a significant cost to businesses around the state.
Asthma Allergy Foundation of America Vice President Mike Tringale said this legislation would affect a massive amount of people that rely on over-the-counter medications.
Why don't we look at ways to improve that so we can find out who has been convicted of a meth offense and go from there? But big government is not going to solve this problem. This is a problem that we need to allow the marketplace and better thinking than we've had on this issue. So I think it's well-intentioned, but there are many unintended consequences that make it a bad policy.
He notes the bills limit access and freedoms while increasing cost, but still won't solve the meth problem. And Daviess County Sheriff Keith Kane is also opposed to the proposed bills.
You know, more than 60 million Americans live with asthma and allergies. Up to 70 million Americans get the flu each year, and nearly 300 million Americans get the common cold.
All those participating in the conference suggested that the state needs to maintain a better electronic tracking of over-the-counter medicines containing pseudoephedrine, but they are opposed to a state mandate. Currently, House Bill 15 and Senate Bill 45 are before their respective judiciary committees in Frankfort. Funeral arrangements have been scheduled for a 14-month-old Fulton girl who police reported was found face down in a bucket of bleach water earlier this week. Funeral services for Lacadia Diane Bradshaw Beard of Fulton, Kentucky will be held tomorrow afternoon at 2 at the Jacksonville Free Will Baptist Church in South Fulton, Tennessee. Visitation will begin at the church at 1 o'clock. According to Hornbeak Funeral Chapel, the 14-month-old had lived in the Fulton area all of her life, and she's survived by her mother, Nikki Nicole Bradshaw, her father, Skylar Dwayne Beard of Bolivar, Tennessee, and 6 siblings. Around 7 o'clock Monday night, Fulton police say the child was found face down in a bucket of bleach water in the kitchen at 228 Vernon Street in Fulton. When the child fell in the bucket, her mother was reportedly at work and a babysitter was at the home. Twin City ambulances responded to the scene and transported the toddler to Parkway Regional Hospital, where she was pronounced dead at 7:30. The child's body was sent to the state medical examiner's office in Madisonville for an autopsy. Her death is being investigated by social services, the coroner's office, and Fulton Police Department to review and determine if any charges should be filed. Fulton Police Chief Terry Powell said the investigation into the death of the 14-month-old is still ongoing and additional interviews are being conducted. According to Chief Powell, they're still awaiting the autopsy results from the medical examiner's office. We now have more details regarding a car accident that took out a traffic signal and injured several people when it crashed into a restaurant in Benton yesterday. According to Benton police, 2 pedestrians and the driver of the vehicle, who was arrested, were injured in the crash. Witnesses told police that a vehicle driven by 40-year-old Randy Prather of Kirksey was traveling east on West 5th Street at a high rate of speed when he failed to negotiate the intersection at US 641. Prather's vehicle reportedly hit a utility pole, snapping it, and then traveled through Subway's parking lot and struck a parked vehicle and pedestrians before it crashed into the front of the Subway restaurant. Police say 2 pedestrians, along with Prather, were transported by ambulance to Marshall County Hospital for injuries. The 29-year-old male pedestrian was later transferred to Lourdes Hospital in Paducah, while a 4-year-old male was treated and released from Marshall County Hospital. Police later arrested and charged Prather with first-degree wanton endangerment and booked him into the Marshall County Detention Center. Meanwhile, an electrical contractor was at the accident site today repairing the severely damaged traffic signal, which Transportation Cabinet spokesman Keith Todd says is now operational. A 3rd suspect has been charged in the stabbing death of a Clarksville man on January 15th. Clarksville police arrested and charged 52-year-old Michael Watson yesterday with criminal homicide in connection to the death of Montavious Deshawn Talley. As previously reported by Source16, 2 other men, Michael Lathrop of Hopkinsville and Brandon Schallenberger of Clarksville, were charged in conjunction with Talley's death. According to police, Watson claimed Schallenberger used his phone to call Talley and that he provided the knife used in the robbery. Clarksville police say Lathrop admitted that he and Schallenberger ordered drugs from Talley, and when he arrived on West Washington Street, they tried to steal drugs from him and then stabbed him during a physical altercation. Talley was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, where he later died from his injuries. Graves County schools will be in session all day Wednesday, February 2nd. Spokesman Paul Schomburg says this is a change from the original calendar that had next Wednesday as an early release day. According to Schomburg, Superintendent Pete Galloway said administrators decided that students would benefit from additional instructional time after missing some class time due to inclement weather. Well, police are looking for the person or persons who did about $500 damage to the Kiwanis Park in Mayfield Wednesday. According to Mayfield police, officers discovered damage to the Kiwanis Park grounds while they were investigating an abandoned vehicle in the parking lot of the park. Police say someone ran their vehicle off the parking lot and into the grass, spinning their tires and causing ruts in the grass. The report said the vehicle or vehicles also ran over and destroyed several new trees that had been planted recently. In addition, police report the vehicle ran onto the grass area where the soccer fields are and caused more damage to the turf. Kiwanis Park, located on Kentucky 303 Cuba Road, consists of 7 acres that includes a skate park, 2 soccer fields, basketball court, 4 picnic shelters with grills and a playground. The park closes to the public at dusk. The City of Clarksville Parks and Recreation Department today inflated the dome to the city's much-anticipated indoor aquatic center. According to officials, the new Cunningham Lane Indoor Aquatic Center will open to the public Saturday afternoon from 2 to 5. The first 50 people who purchase a pool pass will get a free gift, and other residents will have a chance to enter contests and win prizes. In addition, the center will offer free swimming opportunities to the public Saturday. The Indoor Aquatic Center was originally scheduled to open January 8th, but was postponed due to electrical upgrades and wintry weather. Visitors to Land Between the Lakes recreational area need to be aware of some temporary trail closures. Due to the recent snowfall and saturated soil conditions, LBL officials have temporarily closed the Turkey Bay off-highway vehicle area as of today. Turkey Bay staff will reevaluate trail conditions as the weather improves. LBL officials strongly encourage visitors to call before you haul to check current trail conditions at 270-924-2000. Then press 3 or visit LBL's website at lbl.org. A Fort Campbell officer is turning his dream into a reality and using a high-tech gadget to save lives in combat. Captain Jonathan J. Springer created a smartphone application that he says can be used in combat for navigational type purposes. According to Springer, spending $26,000 may sound like a lot of money, but he says it's money well spent. The captain said that without a doubt, his app is just as accurate as some of the most expensive military GPS systems currently being issued. Springer is assigned to Fort Campbell's 1st Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade Combat Team, and is scheduled to return to the local post in the spring. And Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $77 million, and Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $25 million.